And welcome back to the SMSU Mustang recap. Today, we've got Valorant Gold. They played on Lotus last week. SMSU on their standard composition, Omen, Cypher, Gecko, Fade, and Raze.
And the other team was on Viper, Omen, Killjoy, Raze, and Sky.
Yeah, pretty interesting map. Lotus, SMSU's been putting a lot of work into Lotus lately. They've been working on their lineups, they've been working on their attack side, and recently been working on their defensive side. And SMSU do go on to win Lotus in a really close series, winning 13-10. SMSU, Woken 23 kills, Carlos 19, Caster 21, Bucky 11, and Fear with 9 kills on that Fade.
Jeez, Brandon, nice one. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
That does happen when you play those information characters, you know, not expecting to be top fragging, but the 12 assists there, most assists on the team. So Brandon definitely helped out the team even without getting all the kills himself. And then they went over to Haven, where they struggled quite a bit on Haven. SMSU played the Omen, Gecko, Sova, Cypher, Jet.
And the other team played Viper again. A little strange, but I respect it. And then they played Killjoy, Sky, Omen, and Jet.
Yeah, pretty interesting composition coming out from the other side. You don't see a lot of Viper on Haven. And SMSU really struggled to find any success. They lost Haven 13-4 with only two players jumping into the double digits in kills. Woken with 16, Bucky with 10, and everybody else under 10.
Yeah, that was I Am Superman. Who's that guy playing?
I think that was the Jet player.
The Jet, 29, dropping a 29 bomb.
Yeah.
Good for him. I'm surprised that the Viper on the Haven is working so well for NEC Esports. Obviously it's not a common pick. And with Viper being nerfed so heavily, and being less of a staple in more competitive coordinated matches, honestly, it's really cool to see it work in these more high-level games.
Yeah, I know the op was causing SMSU just massive issues. They couldn't find a way around it. Just locking down sites, allowing that team to rotate across to the other site and play more heavily sided maps. So SMSU did lose that map, and then they went to Bind, where they lost 13-5, really struggling to find any foothold in both the last two games there. But a few more kills coming out from SMSU. Everybody but one player above 10 kills at least, so they were finding a little bit more success.
Unfortunately, Bucky had a .33 repeating infinitely kill-death ratio, and then he was on Raze, which is not what you want to see, but that's okay. We all have off games, Bucky. Then we had Caster on Breach, Carlos on Cypher, Woken on Brimstone, and Fear on Fade.
Yeah, the other team played the Brim, Sky, Raze, Viper, Cypher team comp. That's pretty standard. Viper a little bit more common on Bind.
Yep.
You see the wall through teleporter a lot of times, able to divide both sides quite a bit. Another game where the duelist popped off, Raze, 28 kills this game, just really giving them so much control over the game, finding a lot of individual frags.
Yeah, Raze on Bind is obviously a staple. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a Raze diff for SMSU.
Yeah, and after that Bind game, we are going to jump into the highlights from that series right now.
There we
There's
go.
a
Caster
big
gets a nice pick.
Reveal from Fear. There's another big kill.
Let's go, Caster. 3Ps, make it a quadra.
There,
Hey.
Caster with 4.
Well, if Grim waits any longer, they're going to run out of time.
They still got quite a bit of time. And here comes the retake. All the utilities going to enter at the same time. Carlos finds a kill. Fear finds a kill. Carlos finds a kill. Carlos finds another. Going to come out from Woken, but they're going to push through it anyway. There's the Sky Flash onto site. Omen going for plant.
Gecko on the back line here.
Spike down.
SMSU find 2. 3. As Carlos goes big another round. Puts Cage down immediately. Using Prowler to get some more information.
Grim's going to have to make a hard push here.
I think they're going to come B. This is going to be a quick B hit. Oh, he looks away for a second, but Woken picks up 3, picks
There
up
we
4.
go. Omen on the flank here.
The door separates them. Caster does trade that kill.
Bust that door open.
Gets a lot of information.
Can't capitalize.
it.
There we go.
Oh, SMS who win the round, actually. That Killjoy alt. Oh, Caster gets taken out.
Still locking that angle. I think she should be rotating by now. There we go.
Oh, Bucky goes big with 2. Fear finds 1. And Ray's gets taken out. That's Lotus. SMSU win map 1. Very important kill. Finds 2.
Woken on that really strong flank there. That was so close. There we
Gets
go.
that kill, and the other guy's low. Carlos takes him out. Now Brim, the last one left. 1 versus 3. Does have a gun and does have bomb planted for, but Woken! Caster finds 1 on the flank as well. SMSU, a 4 versus 1. Race throws grenade. Does not kill Woken, and Woken's going to get the defuse.
There we go. Oh.
SMSU do take that gun out. And welcome back from watching those Valorant Gold clips. A lot of really nice clips there, but SMSU not able to get over the line. Now jumping into the CS2 game, SMSU had a very difficult matchup going up against a very strong Counter-Strike team in NEU Red. And on the first map, they really struggled to find, the momentum to get things going. In games like Counter-Strike and games like Valorant, if you're not able to find a few rounds early, your economy is just under so much pressure, and it makes the game so much more difficult. SMSU fell in the first map 13-0. I believe that was on Mirage. And, SMSU, did we have a single player even in the double digits? I don't believe.
No, we did not, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Pretty unfortunate for SMSU, but NEU Red is an incredible team. Kudos to them. They did a great job, but unfortunately SMSU just couldn't hold up.
Yeah, but they had a cool scoreline of 8-7-6-5-4. So, sometimes you win in one category and lose in another.
That is pretty sick.
But, Mishavi able to drop 18 kills, I believe, in that game, really leading the game forward for them, 78% headshot ratio. So,
whoa,
that is pretty good. And then SMSU, they move.
Oh, but wait a minute. But SMSU Bebster
100%
headshot ratio.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive. Honestly, that's pretty impressive.
It's not bad. And then SMSU, they moved on to Ancient, where they found a little bit more success, but still came up a little bit short. They end the game 13-8, so losing by 5 rounds there. A pretty difficult matchup.
Yeah, no. That second map SMSU played considerably better. I would say they might be more. I don't know. Are they more comfortable on Ancient? Than
Not really. That was the interesting part. They've played Ancient. They played Mirage. They're probably very equal on both. Mirage is maybe the map that is the most common map pick in Counter-Strike. So that
could have Dust.
That used to be the case, but Dust was out of competitive rotation for a really long time.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, but everyone on SMSU getting over that double-digit kill line, so that a lot nicer to see. SMSU finding some success there, but they weren't able to close it. Duckchu with 20 kills, really pounding into SMSU and finding a lot of big frags there. But SMSU, they did have a triple kill on Frozy Boy, bringing around back late in the series. So that was definitely cool to see. And we will be popping into those highlights of that CS game right now.
Frisch waiting for
They're
that.
just all over the map right now.
Yeah, down to 20 HP because of Molly. And Duckachu gets one on Frozy Boy. Bebster
Nice
with
kill by
one.
Bebster.
Bebster with
Yeah, it's the
another.
second one.
This is the play.
Nice kill. 2v2.
The spray through. Almost good. Webster working around the smoke. A little awkward.
Nice
Does
kill.
get
Okay,
it.
2v1 SMSU. 1v1.
Popco popping one.
Force. They're not going to play safe. They're going to force up.
That might work out for them.
Yeah, especially when if SMSU's not going to expect it. Look at this. 4 people, 2 mid through 4 people mid.
SMSU coming out on top in that exchange. Up top is to worry about. SMSU
Nice kill by Yang. Unfortunately, Pop gets the trade, so now it's a 3v3.
TF2 where? Might be good to sneak in though.
Tony gets a kill on Webster though, so now it's a 3v2. But TF2 does get the trade, but little does he know
3
that
bullets left.
someone's following him. Nice kill by NEU has some very nice lineups for all their util.
Absolutely.
Nice
and
shot by Krish.
through the smoke. Doing wonders. Yang trying to creep up this
And
side.
there's the op. Nice
Krish
kill,
with
another one. 2v1. And
that they can sneak in.
yeah, they're going right back in the same place again. Yeah, I guess whatever works, right?
Being unpredictable is what you want and what you need. But also, it leaves.
Ooh, Frozy Boy with a nice kill though. Oh, and the other
reload.
guy, sure, it looks like they are.
They are, and
But
guess
luckily
what?
SMSU has the 3 people there. A nice shot by Frozy. Yeah, unfortunately, he could
wanting
not
that
grab the
weapon.
AK.
Going to go through great lengths to pick it up.
There's another one by Frozy. Help. Mickey does get a kill. So does Krish. Okay, 1v1. This would be a huge round for Frozy to win.
Time ticking down.
He does not have a kit.
This is looking like.
Beautiful
Nice.
job by Frozy Boy.
Trying to shoot
Oh,
the
so
distance.
close.
Making that shotgun an AK. Oop. TF2 so close.
Nice kill. Okay, this is still doable for TF2. Nice
Oh.
kill. 1v1.
You hitting this A site. Solo shots coming out. But SMSU lacking a lot of control here.
They're gonna have 2 people flanking. And they lose 2.
Yang with one.
Okay, they do
TF2
get
with
the
one.
trade. Okay. It is
Fair
a-
game.
There's one.
The trade not yet to come through.
And TF2 gets another one, but Pop does get the trade.
A 4v3. Advantageous for SMSU. One of the first times we've seen.
A nice kill by
Krish.
Krish.
One more in the smoke, and Krish
Oh.
does not know that. I think that's one thing that I've noticed a lot. Frozy opts into these shotgun positions a lot. Probably
And
comfortability.
Maybe it could be so then. Oh, what huge kills by TF2 and Yang.
Sprays through smokes. Benefiting so much, and Min.
And there's one.
And the other Pop
And there's 2 by Frozy. With where they're at. And there, Frozy does get the 1 kill.
Now they're able to pinch, maybe, perhaps.
Okay, I think they're just going to try and go plant bomb. Nope, they are not. Okay, they do get
Nice.
2 kills. It's a 1v2.
And they'll kind of know where to expect him based off of where he's played previously.
Nice kill by TF2. There's another gun down.
But that does not stop him. Might even get this 4 HP player. Does not expect him up top.
Oh, he did get him though.
Yeah, those are some great clips from the Counter-Strike team there. Unfortunately, we did not have a League of Legends game or an Overwatch game. League of Legends due to the opponents being unable to play and Overwatch having a bye. So SMSU gets 2 free wins in that category. And stay tuned as we're going to move into an interview with Diego. And welcome back to the interview portion of the Mustang Recap. We're here with Diego Mejias today. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Diego, 21 years old. I've been playing video games since I was young. My dad introduced me to Pokemon Leaf Green on the Game Boy. Ever since then, I've been playing ever since. And if you know any goth girls, send them my way. I'm desperate.
Nice one, Diego. That was a banger. That was a banger. Diego, when did you start playing video games competitively? Did you grow up playing a lot of video games, or is it something you picked up in high school or college?
Well, I only started playing competitively since I joined the esports team. Normally, I just didn't care about ranks or anything. I just kind of played for the vibes. I just enjoyed seeing the stories, the lores, the characters. All of that always made me feel good.
For sure.
I've been playing video games almost all my life, so transitioning from mostly single-player games to competitive games is a little different, but we're getting the hang of it.
For sure. And what are you majoring here at SMSU? What do you see yourself doing after graduation?
I am an English major, just declared it this year. Let's go. And I'm looking to become a literary agent, and that's basically you're an agent for the author, you're selling the works to publishers, you're setting up meetings, you're setting up signings. You're basically taking all the pressure off them so they can actually write their books.
Makes sense. Interesting.
Cool. So Diego, League of Legends had a bye week last week due to our opponents not being ranked. L on their part. Was the team disappointed to not be able to play the game?
Absolutely. I mean, like, we just came out of practice. We've been working hard. We've been wanting to try out. Even if we don't win, it's still nice to see where we're at, how we hold up to other teams. But in the end, they're cowards.
Yeah, definitely. League of Legends had a start of the season in a really interesting position. We received a bye during the second week of games, and we received a bye due to our opponents not being able to play last week. This puts us at 3-1, even though we've only played 2 games. Does it feel weird to be in this strong of a position with only 1 win this semester?
I don't think so, actually. I think we've been showing up, we've been doing strong, even in the games where we lose. We've been holding our own, except for that one game where we let Yone go, but that's a completely different issue that we'll talk about later. But no, I think we've been working hard. I think we deserve our spot. Every time we do lose, it's by small decisions that we didn't make in time, and just cleaning that up. I think we could have made it without the buys.
So awesome, Diego. You've been a mid laner for SMSU esports for a while, developing into a really strong player. We saw some of your champion pool last year, but this year you seem to have exploded in the games where you were given what I consider your signature champion, Ahri. Do you feel more comfortable on Ahri? Does the team play around you better when you pick that champion? And can you give us some insight on why SMSU tends to dominate when you get the Ahri pick?
Absolutely. I think Ahri is by far my favorite character in the game to play as, to just explore, learning all these new techniques. Like you said the other day, we flash E for extra charm range. She has 3 dashes on her ultimate. Not many champions get that. And she dominates basically any lane matchup because she has her passive that heals her, and she trades for basically free. It's just nice, and then I feel comfortable in the character, so I'm not afraid to go into people's face, hold my abilities just for the perfect moment to charm them, get a couple of extra hits in, And it's really good setup for everyone else on the team. You get one person out of the fight, it turns from a 5v5 to a 4v5. Really interesting. She has great side laning, hard to chase. Honestly, everything I could look for in a character right there.
Wow, that's perfect, and that makes sense why you do so well on the character, being your favorite character and everything. We've added new players to the League of Legends roster this year and switched some roles around. How is the team adapting to the new players and new roles? Does it take extra time to get a little bit more used to the way this team plays versus the other team, or are people adapting pretty quickly? Does it feel more comfortable than the previous teams, or how is the comfortability within those role changes?
I think for better or for worse, we're more comfortable with each other. We don't mind having fun, trying random things, throwing it at the wall. But at the same time, I feel like we get a little bit distracted sometimes. Spencer would know.
Yep.
But honestly, I feel like our team is strong. Everyone there puts in the work. I don't think there's anybody who doesn't deserve their position or their role. Honestly, I don't mind playing with them outside of practice, to be honest.
For sure.
So Diego, I want to cast your mind back to the first week of the season. We won the first game with Smolder Ahri, with the Smolder Ahri composition, and lost games 2 and 3 with those champions banned out. I know the mood of the team was pretty disappointed, as SMSU had to make a jungle sub due to a medical injury. Does that game, or do those games stick out as disappointing due to SMSU's inability to get things working on other champions? Was it a good learning experience for us? Was it unrelated to champion picks and due to other conditions instead? Walk us through your thoughts on that series, those two series of games.
It's definitely unfortunate that we had to have a sub. I think one of the main reasons is that we just weren't as practiced as we are now. We had a lot more time since then. I think first week was more goofing off, playing, getting used to each other. So I think right then we're rusty. Getting the champs banned out, it hurts, right? Especially if you're playing characters you're not too comfortable on. But I still think we could have made it work. I think the champions aren't the only impact there. I think it was just small decisions that led into big defeats. And then the second game, where it was over in like 20 minutes, I think by then everyone was just so over with it. They were mentally checked out. And we were just kind of having fun until the end.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those things, momentum within just the feel of the team, the comfortability within the game can be very impactful on whether you're successful or not.
Yeah.
Just feeling a little bit more comfortable there.
Yeah, and it was like 10:30. It was like 2 hours past my bedtime. So I was out of it, dude. I was not trying that game as hard as I probably should have been.
For sure.
Also, like to mention, we didn't go over team comps as much then. So even though we were picking new characters, we didn't know where they fit in. So like I was playing Hui, I believe, for most of those games. I don't think he felt that good with the rest of the team, just because our team wanted to dive into them. Hui wants to stay in the back, let them walk into him.
For sure. Yeah, and then in week 3, SMSU won versus MSU White with some dominant play coming out from a bunch of double binds from Hudson on Lux. And then with you in game 2 having a strong game on Ari, finding a lot of picks. Is that the key to an SMSU winning composition, having like that pick threat that can open doors? Do you feel like that's the type of composition SMSU's strongest at, or do they tend to play other compositions at a higher level?
I believe pick is by far our strongest comp. We're trying the new ones out. We're trying to figure out how to use other ones, Nocturne, Aurora, keeping everyone locked down. But getting picks is just so huge in these team fights. I think we get great objective control just from picking off one person before a fight begins. Especially when we run like Lux, Ari, even Amumu. Like it's just so easy to lock somebody down and get them out of the fight before they can even have a chance to react.
For sure.
Diego, are you excited about any of the new changes that have been happening around League of Legends? How do you feel about the current rune changes? I know I had some very strong opinions about the rune changes when I got interviewed. And how do you feel about the new season?
I feel like the new season's very easy to climb in because there's a lot of abilities to exploit there. A lot of champs that are really strong right now. They keep buffing characters that I don't think need buffs, but they keep buffing them. Rune changes are kind of weird.
Who would that be, Diego?
You know who that is. Yone.
Could you say it for the people in the back, Diego?
Yone, that's all I'm going to say. Keep it PG up in here. If I had it my way, we'd hear a lot. But honestly, I've been having fun with the game. I've been enjoying it a little bit more, especially the new character Aurora just came out. I've been playing her like non-stop every other game. Go ahead and ban her. We'll see what happens when you go against Ari.
Exactly. Yeah, so last year you were on the Overwatch team as well as the League of Legends team, but found yourself unable to attend most practices due to the games having similar practice and game timings. Do you miss being on the Overwatch team? In a perfect world, what games would you compete in?
It sucks. If I had time, I would do everything, I'd play every esport. But you can only do so much, and I'm happy for the Overwatch team. They seem to have been very successful even without me there. And I think even for my limited time there, I made some good friends. I like talking to most of the people there. I don't have a problem with anybody. And I didn't really enjoy the state of the Overwatch anymore, so it's okay. It's kind of like good and bad. What games would I compete in? Honestly, League of Legends by far my favorite. If we had more fighting games, there we go. I would play in all of those. But Smash Bros just isn't my cup of tea, so.
For sure. Nice. So Diego, if you could make one single video game into a competitive game with a large competitive scene, what game would you make into an esport?
Omega Strikers. It's
Dude.
a 3v3 top-down soccer MOBA, and it was so fun. The game stopped getting updates, unfortunately, but when I did play it, it was just one of my favorite games I've ever played in my life. Just the competitive scene there was really fun. Every character had unique tricks and things to do. You could play some characters goalie. You play some characters goalie, but then you play them on the front, and they'd be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish that game evolved long enough to see a big esports scene.
Yeah, I played a decent amount of Omega Strikers. I had a lot of fun with it. I played it with my buddies, and it was a really hard time convincing them to continue playing it. But it was a good time. So, and then Diego, are we going to be able to see you on the mic casting some Overwatch games anytime soon? I know I've been casting them, and I would like to have my casting buddy around. I know that I'm not alone in missing that Overwatch casting, and I would love to see you on the mic again.
I definitely want to come back. There's just been a new schedule at work, so I usually work on the days Overwatch plays. But when I get days off, I'm more than happy to just jump in there when I can. Or if the games go early enough, rescheduled, I want to be there. I love watching them play. I love seeing the players that I played with grow and just try new things that I've never even thought of.
Yeah, and last question here. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out as we wrap this interview up? Any thing you want to mention for the SMSU eSport fans at home?
No, I hate everybody. No. Mom, Dad, love you. Mia, you're my biggest fan. To all my Discord friends, I'm not gonna name all of you because you guys have some weird names. But yeah, and then Rhea Ripley for keeping my mental health so good.
Nice.
Perfect, and thank you, and we will wrap it up here. Thanks for watching the eSports Mustang recap. See you next week, Monday.
Goodbye, Stangs.